So yeah, Robbie G, that fucker of fuckers. Looks like Bardon's entourage a little sweet on you there, pal. Got my got my Halloween coffee cup this morning. I'm drinking I get the Starbucks coffee. I got that this time. Normally I'll get the Publix. I mentioned the Publix because uh, we're going to talk about the middle class. Robbie G says there's no middle class, and I think now, right now, he's like, I didn't say that there is no middle class. I just said that there is no middle class. um, it made me wonder in research, just what is this mystical middle class? Because what I thought of it as was, ooh, what I thought of it as is the people that just sort of went to work, kind of skated by, got the job in the steel mill, and did their thing. Um, so I did some research and found out maybe just what is the middle class and what's the significance of it being lost or disappearing. And I'm glad I did. Oddly, this morning I woke up and it's like, wow, I researched something last night, but I can't remember what it was. Thankfully, it came to me. I remember everything if I don't drink, but I drink, so I don't remember. That's funny. I don't always, drink, but when I do, I drink, and that's what I do. And I think sometimes my body tries to store stuff onto the brain cells that are being destroyed. Ugh, man, kind of twitchy this morning. Anyway, so how do they come up with, oh, it's the middle class? It has to do with classifying incomes, all right? And the middle class, from this article that I read and what I gathered from it, which it's always best to gather an entire philosophy from a single article, uh, is that it's the people who make the average mean income per household in the United States. Ha! How do you like that? So that it's disappearing would mean that um, what the people who say a disappearing middle class, I believe, are pointing out isn't that the sweet jobs that they used to do are gone, or that the people who have this philosophy that allowed them to make this particular level of income have disappeared. It's that the gap between the very, very rich is expanding from the gap of the very, very poor, and when it comes to the average income, there's nobody there that actually makes that. You get the Johnson family that makes 20 billion a year, and then you get Joe Blow making, well, he don't even make 1100. He makes 1100 from his welfares or whatever. That was terrible. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Get off the bag. Kitty's not getting this back until I feel she's matured. All right. So, I'll put a link to the article that I read. So, the thing that's interesting about the article, anyway, has to do with when Barack and Mitt were talking about it. They were talking about people that make up to 250,000 a year, and the article goes on to say, 250,000 a year is not middle class, and as a matter of fact, 100,000 a year is starting to get away from middle class. It depends on your area, is what the article said, and like if you're in the South, you can kind of get away with, your average right in the middle is going to be 50 to 70 per household, and the 70s say up north or on the east, and that's just the thing. What is cool about the article, though, is it points out behaviors of people that are in this particular class of income. such as they shop at Target. They don't shop at Walmart, they shop at Target. You guys have a Target? It's nice. I like Target. Yeah, it's just, there's no riffraff in the Target. No. There's a down here. There's a freaking Starbucks in the Target. I love Starbucks. All right. I'll go ahead and run down the list. Excuse the clicking. My computer is noisy. Um, let's see. You make between 40 and 100. You shop at Target. Now, it says that you shop at Target because, check this out. I quote, the average household income of a Target shopper is $61,069. Um, Walmart customers average 10,000 less per year. Kmart shoppers usually earn an average of 44,000. See, now what's weird is I like Kmart too. So you have Target coming in at the average person making 61, Walmart average person making 51, and Kmart average person making 44.4. Ooh, Sears average 56 too, which is kind of weird. I don't know. Definitely, definitely some white people crap going on there. That's for sure. You're saving for college, saving for your kids' schooling. Um, this could be a topic unto itself, and it's been a topic in the past, and I know some of us see it very differently. But the people in this middle of the road income bracket are make enough to where they can live comfortably and still put away money for their kids to go to school to ensure that their kids can go to school and continue in this particular class of income. Yeah, what do you think of that? You go on vacation. I didn't even think of that till I read this article. When when the wife was going through school, we didn't really get a chance to go on vacation very much. And when things got tight, we didn't really do much. And now from watching me. Well, wait, maybe that's just on Facebook that you would know that we go on vacation now. And I'm not saying it to brag, but we work a lot and don't get a chance to see each other much. So we've gotten to where we like to go to the Disney Resort for a week or a long weekend and just enjoy the parks and just chill out and totally be somewhere different. Um, yeah, and it says the average family of four, according to American Express, will spend on average $4,000 on a week-long summer vacation. So look for the middle class people to be behaving in such a way. You own your own home. Now I don't know. I don't know if they classify it as paid for. I bet not, because the concept of home ownership has expanded to include the pursuit of home ownership. Now, the article isn't saying like, oh, well, if you're not trying to go towards home ownership, you're doing wrong or anything else. The article from MSN points out that that's changing. Okay. So there you have it. Kind of interesting, but that's the sort of behaviors of this middle level income is to establish the nest. All right, let's move right along here. You have a secure job. Fascinating. Fascinating. Whatever the hell that means. Okay. What? Okay. While we're doing this secure job thing, and I'm sorry for saying okay so much, because I don't know how to talk about this in a way to relate to the audience. I need some feedback on this. And if you guys don't want to hear about it, I know money's a sensitive subject. Then just say, nah, that's we don't care. This is stupid. Um, the interesting thing about this article is it's looking at it as being middle class, as being a very positive thing. Um, as if a person who is not middle class yet is looking at this as being a desirable uh, location to be in. You know, just sitting pretty. You hit this particular level, you have your secure job, you go on vacation, you're saving for college. Here in a minute, we'll talk about the retirement thing. Uh, See, that's where I was thinking the middle class was. It's people that arrive at a point that they're happy to be at. Like, hey, I'm making enough to put away for the kids' college. We got a roof over our heads. We got free time. This is good. Um, Now, this is the point where I tell you that um, where my philosophy, and how I see it, and I don't mean to exclude that. There are, how do I put this? And I don't want to say it in an egotistical fashion. I have people that I care about from every walk of life, and money don't buy class. All right. So, knowing that that is how I feel, please understand what I'm about to say. Even though I am, well, of course, I've hit what this article, we've hit, because I'm so blessed to be part of a team. We've hit what this article refers to as middle class, and have actually begun to exceed it. Um, so how do I put this? I don't I don't feel secure in my job. I mean, my job's there for me. You know, I make good money for myself. I make good money for my employer. Same goes for my wife. Yet my position is not one that I'm happy with. Um, I don't have a dollar amount in my mind that I'm like, okay, hey, we did it. We made we made 100 this year, so we're fine. Um, it's not like that for me. So I just wanted to put that up there as a little personal blip, and let you know. Now, we need to make that amount of money to cover our obligations and to fulfill our debt load that we took on during our periods of education, and we're continuing our education. So moving right along. I hope that wasn't too terrible. You have health insurance. I assume like a HMO, PPO, whatever. You have health insurance. Uh, no, the health insurance thing, just like what we're about to talk to here with retirement, is there are jobs out there that still don't offer the health insurance. I've worked for them. I've worked for several um, throughout the years. Um, for the longest time, when I was younger, what I did when I was in my 20s, I would carry my own personal insurance, hospitalization, and it was cheap. It would cover hospitalization and critical care clinics, and it was a sweet little deal. But now that I think about it, none of those jobs offered health insurance. But there's obviously a certain amount of money that it takes to pay for health insurance, and I would say for us in this household, a great deal of our, I wouldn't say perk, but our job, quite a bit of it, is covering this health insurance, which is it's pretty high amount of money. You lean Democratic, but not all the time is on here. So let's see, I'll just read this quote. By the way, in case you're like me and you forgot what this video was about in the first place, this is about the middle class. All right, quote, Mitt Romney's chief strategist, Stuart Stevens, there's a name. Stuart Stevens? That sounds like a porn star's name. Claimed in the Washington Post that his candidate carried the majority of middle-class voters in this year's presidential election, but he pegs the minimum middle-class income at $50,000. When you include those making 40 to 100, as we do, the needle moves closer to President Barack Obama. So what is it that I like about Barack Obama? Oh, nope. I don't mean to have a big ego, but thank goodness I don't have to like Barack Obama anymore. Whew. You invest for retirement. All right. Again, that puts us into the category of making this median income, this middle of the road income, leaves you with enough money after lifestyle expenses to put a little something away for later. Makes sense to me, because there obviously is a minimum amount of income that you need to provide adequately for your family. The middle class tends to provide adequately for their family after they get their house and all this other shit. Last thing, and this goes for the video too. What do you think? Yeah, I'm curious. Comments and video responses welcome. We'll see y'all later.